It is so hard to believe that I'm saying this, but welcome to the first day of my last quarter in grad school. I can't believe it. I graduate end of August. It is June 24th and it's Tuesday, and I just can't believe that I'm so darn close. I thought I would take you along this week, sharing my summer life, week in the life of a grad student and mom of four. So thanks for coming along. My name's Tiffany, if we haven't met yet. A couple updates I wanted to share though. Back in April, I think it was like early April, I filmed a vlog that I was so proud of. It was 50 minutes, 50 minutes worth of footage of, and I was gonna have it be like this theme, a week in the life of my new car, because we got a new van in early April. And when I loaded the footage, about half of it didn't have any audio because the new van has this like plug-in to connect to Apple CarPlay. And because I was filming like a week in the life of my new car, showing you all the places I went that whole week, I plugged it in to film, and when it's plugged in, the audio doesn't pick up. So I lost that whole vlog, so that was sad. So that's why I didn't vlog much last quarter, is that was my big update that I wanted to share, and that didn't end up working out. And then I also just wanted to share a general kind of update of where things are at with school. So obviously this is my last quarter. Last quarter was really busy because it was research methods. So your last 2 quarters of the program, one is research methods, and that is where you design a research study about a topic that you're passionate about. And then when you move into your last quarter, like I am now, it moves into capstone. So you take that same topic, but then kind of show how you apply it and all of that good stuff. So that's going to be a big focus of this quarter. And my topic that I chose is something that's become really near and dear to me, and it's how to integrate internal family systems informed language with exposure and response prevention, which is the first line gold standard treatment for obsessive compulsive disorder. And that's just become a really big interest of mine. And so I've really, even though research methods was intense and I'm not a research person by nature in a lot of ways, I really enjoyed that process because it was a topic that I'm so excited about and passionate about. And I think I'm hoping that same enthusiasm carries over for my capstone this quarter. So that's a little snippet of what's been going on with me, and I'm excited to have you here with me this week. Come along. All right, since I last updated, I have seen a client, I have gone to class, and I have rushed to group supervision, which it was the first day for that. And I'll try to explain more about why I'm doing that at some point. But now I am running to pick up one of my kids from camp to take him to not 1 but 2 appointments that are back to back. It's been crazy all day. Oh, hello. It is many hours later. I think I filmed a quick clip getting in the car when I was leaving group supervision, and then picked up one of my kids from camp, took them to 2 appointments, and was so tired when I got home. I had to lay down, and that's what I did, and now it's like 7 p.m. I am so glad I meal prepped yesterday, because there was some pulled pork that my husband was able to pull together very quickly for dinner. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So this group supervision that I went to, it was the first time I've gone. It's a new supervision group that just started today. And the reason I am doing that is because as I transition from student to professional, I need new supervision because my current supervisor is a social worker, which worked for the time I was a student. But in order for any of my hours post graduation to count towards my independent licensure, I need supervision from a LPCC-S in Ohio. So that stands for Licensed Public Clinical Counselor Supervisor. And a social worker supervisor, my current one, sent me the name of this person. She had seen that this group was going to be starting and that it might be a good way for me to get a lot of supervision hours in a group setting. That way I don't have to rely 100% on individual supervision, because you need 150 hours of supervision. So that would be a lot on one person. So, and it would probably take longer than I really wanted to do that. So that was really good. It just was starting this week, so even though I don't need it yet, it was nice to just kind of get connected and to start that. So that's where we're at tonight. I'm just going to relax and maybe do a little bit of either schoolwork / training hours. Yeah, so check back in tomorrow. Well, hello and happy Wednesday. I am really struggling with motivation today. Wednesdays I work from home because we have a shared office space and there's 6 clinicians, and so on Wednesdays I always work from home because there is no office space for me to use. And normally I don't mind that. Today it was nice because I did get to sleep in and just kind of start slow, but also I just don't have much motivation. I only have 2 clients. I already saw one and have another one here in a few minutes. I don't know. I put in a clip, hopefully you saw, of the Hatch, which is like a common like white noise machine. For a lot of parents use it when their kids are little, and you can change the colors of the lights and everything. So I have found keeping it right outside my door on my home days over the summer is great because I put on the red light and the noise, and so if the kids come upstairs and they see that, first of all, the white noise blocks, some of the me talking to my clients when I'm working from home, but also the red light is like signal mom is busy, like you cannot come in. They know that is like very serious. And my husband is a teacher, so he's home all summer too, so it's not a big issue because the kids are older now and he's here, but they still will wonder, and they usually have pretty free reign to come in to the room here. So right now, though, my husband, 2 of my kids are at camp, and my husband took the other 2 to his mom's house for lunch. So I won't even have to worry about that during this next appointment. But yeah, I'm just kind of tired and struggling with motivation today. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, good morning. Happy Thursday. I am back here at the office, and I have I have 2 clients today. I have one, and then I have an hour break, and then I have another one, and I just received notification asking if we could do telehealth for the second client, and which is actually good because that gives me a chance to go home, do that visit virtually, and then I'm actually going to log into a 7.5-ish hour webinar that is free because that sounded like a good way to get hours. I made a little bit of an error in my how I was thinking about hours for a lot of my internship. So in counseling, we have direct hours and indirect hours, and we need a total of 600 hours in our internship, which at my program on the quarter system, that's within 3 quarters, which is about 9 months. Direct hours is anytime you're face to face with a client. Everything else is indirect. And indirect covers a lot. It covers documentation, it covers training, it covers personal growth, which you're supposed to have a conversation with your supervisor when you start. The school recommends that supervisors approve like your own personal therapy as personal growth. So when I go to my therapy appointments, that's an indirect hour for me. It covers things like reading books on counseling related topics, watching videos, so psychoeducation videos made by therapists on YouTube. I will count those if the content that they're providing is related to counseling. So lots of different things count. And because direct hours require, the client to physically be there, or telehealth, anytime you're face to face, I know so many students who have had to extend their graduation date and do an extra quarter just because they were getting those direct hours. So me and my supervisor were both really conscientious about this, and I am fine on my direct hours. And I kind of approached it like, oh, if I'm fine on direct hours, I'm automatically fine on the rest of the hours because everything I'm doing, with clients is counting towards my overall hours. So I'm probably not even going to have to keep an eye on it. Well, now I am here in my last quarter, and you actually need a lot of indirect hours, which I knew, but I just didn't connect how the math would work out. So I will meet my direct hour count in the next few weeks, probably. But I still have quite a bit of total hours that I will need that can be direct or indirect. So I've had to shift my thinking to being like, I need this number of clients every week to get those direct hours, to I need overall about 18 to 20 hours per week this quarter total, whether it be direct or indirect, to meet my hours by the end of August. So it's doable, but it's, I need to think about it. And so when I saw this 7-hour free webinar come up, I was like, that's a great way to get a bunch of those hours. So the whole point in saying that was that now I'm going to have a chance to go home, do my virtual appointment there, and then I can just immediately log into this webinar, because before it was going to be like, I don't want to stay at the office for that whole 7 hours, but am I going to log into my phone while I drive home and listen in? How do I want to do that? Now I don't even need to do that, because I'll just be able to be at home while that is going on. So that is what is on the dock for today. Whew. I am very tired. I'm about halfway through this training, and honestly, it's great. It's really good, important information about a topic I'm passionate about. What I didn't expect, I thought it was going to be like a big training where everybody had their cameras off for the most part. And I'm glad it's not that, but I'm like one of 4 people that are in attendance, and so there is like some amount of interaction, and they want people to contribute, and obviously with such a small group, I want to do that and just show respect for the great job the presenters are doing in that way. It was just different than I was expecting. I thought I was going to kind of have it going on in the background, But the kids are home and everything's going on. We're on an hour break right now and I'm pretty tired, so I might try to take a power nap. So I've still got a few more hours and I am tired. Oh my goodness. I crashed so hard after that training. I went until 7:30 and by the end it was just three like participants and then like three presenters. I really didn't feel like I could leave early, and they were definitely trying to make it interactive, which I appreciated, but I also just wasn't mentally prepared for that level of engagement for that long today. So, really important topic. It was about the Family Acceptance Project, which is a huge base of research and resources for basically helping families to be accepting of their LGBTQ children, and ways that you can work with families to really maximize accepting behaviors and minimize rejecting behaviors, and really meeting families where they're at. And so it was really good. I just wasn't quite ready for 7 hours of that. And my husband was not feeling well, so he ended up not being able to take my kids to tumbling, which honestly they didn't want to go anyway. So it worked out, but it wore me out, and I ended up taking a really long nap. And now it's like 11:45 p.m. and I've taken a long nap, so now I'm going to be up for a while. That's fine. I'm about to do something kind of nerve-wracking. I finally got my email to schedule my NCE, the National Counselor Examination, which I can do sometime this summer before I graduate. And then if I pass that before I graduate, then all that will be left once I do graduate is waiting for the degree to be conferred. And then I will be in LPC. So this is crazy, and I have to schedule it, and I'm nervous, and I don't know when to schedule it for. Do I want to schedule it for July, August? What's even going to be available? I don't know. So that's what I'm about to do now. All right, here we go. I'm scheduling. No turning back now. Wednesday, July 30th at 1 p.m. That's when I take it. Submit order. You are booked. Ah! Oh, and there's my email notification. Oh my gosh. So I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. If you haven't already and you made it to the end of this video, please like and subscribe. We should definitely hang out, and I thank you so much for coming along.